let's connect how you annotate a text back to SQ4R and note-taking. Annotating is simply making notes of explanation or comments about what you're reading. 3 tools that you need for annotating are sticky notes, highlighters, and a pen or pencil. The first thing that you need to do before you begin annotating is survey your text, write down questions that you have about your text, and read your text. When you have an overview or a gist of your text, then you're ready to begin annotating. So let's take a look at a sample text and what annotating might look like for you. So again, circle vocabulary words or keywords, words that you don't know. Maybe you think a section had some really good advice in it, and you're going to highlight this. Wow, there's some good advice from Mr. Twain. And you might simply make a note. I'm going to footnote that as number 1. And I'm going to write down good advice. But that's not a lot of information. Good advice. Well, okay, fine, it's good advice. But what do I want to do? I should do this semester. Okay, so what was my idea about this? I thought this was a good idea. Okay, great. But what was the end point of this? I need to actually do this myself. I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying, again, make your comments over here, highlight it, and then add some additional commentary over here. You can, if you're reading a section and you have a question about it, you're not really sure what it means, you can simply put a question mark close to areas that you need more clarification. If it's something that you think is really important, and again, I'm doing this kind of random right now, you might want to put a star beside it. I want to come back and I want to talk more about this one later. Oh, here's some text evidence that I can use for my essay. TE for text evidence. Essentially, you're writing using symbols, using highlights, and making notes that can help you reconnect with the text when you are in a different situation. Maybe you're in class discussion, or you're doing a jigsaw, or you're doing your essay. Something that you need to look up, you need more information about it, you could draw something that looks like an hour or like a magnifying glass. I need to investigate this a little bit more. And again, do you have to be neat? Obviously, no you don't, as long as you understand what it is that you are doing. Now, what I have shown you again is circling words, leaving little notes to yourself, highlighting, leaving commentary over on the side, writing a question mark for when you have a question, putting a star beside important information, putting a TE for text evidence, putting a magnifying glass if it's something that you want to look into. These are things that you can do if you're literally able to write on your paper, which is not always the case. Maybe you have a textbook that you can't write on. Well, one of the first things I recommend you do is get yourself some sticky notes. I need to go back and look at that again later, and I'm going to color code it. So here, this is a point that I actually want to apply to my life. Maybe I want to use yellow for vocabulary words. Maybe I want to use green for text evidence. But color-coded sticky notes can help you also go back and access your information. Now, I don't have the large square sticky notes today, so if you'll just bear with me, please, and we can kind of pretend that we have some sticky notes off on the side. Again, you can simply add a sticky note, and you can leave the same kinds of information on that sticky note that you could write in the margins of your text. You can add your comments. You can add information about vocab. You can add information about text evidence. You can add information about research that you need to conduct later. Annotation by definition. Annotation by definition is simply making notes of explanation or comments to help you understand a diagram, or in this case, a text. You work out a system that works for you. If you can write on your text, that's fantastic. If you can't, you can use sticky notes. You can add sticky notes to your piece, or you can also use a note-taking method off to the side to write down your thoughts about your text as you are reading. So I hope this video helps you with your annotation, and I look forward to seeing you next time.